everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Horror Realm Live. I haven't done this in a while. I'm Travis Bruce. I'm your host today. Since your first time coming to this channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And tonight, we're going to be asking for super chats. So feel free to go down in there and do a super chat. Definitely helps this channel out. And tonight, we are going to pick one in the super chat chatter, and they're going to receive an amazing prize. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest. First, he is the director of an amazing movie that's called Tape Me. Welcome back. I've had him on before. Christopher Outrage. Christopher, welcome back to the Horror Realm.
Hello, everybody. I am back here on the horror realm. How's everybody doing today? Except I'm here to talk about not Teddy Cuddles, but I'm here to talk about Tape Me.
yes, which I have tons of questions to ask you about.
Oh, but I'm ready to hear it.
And our next guest, listen, I've had him on before as well. If you're an indie filmmaker, you want to get your movie out there, or if you just love some disturbing indie films, he is the owner of Blood Pack Films, my man, Shane Michael. Shane. Welcome back to the Horror Room, Shane.
Hey, thank you very much
for having me. Look at that living room.
Yeah.
I know. This looks nice.
I was like, oh, he's got a cool background. Let me get a cool background. So I just threw my sorry butt in
Shane,
the living room.
You know why I'm decorated for Christmas. You already know why.
I do, yeah.
So just so that nobody thinks this is recorded in December, the reason why I'm decorated for Christmas back here is because I'm actually shooting a Christmas horror film for Shane's Phobias project called I Love Christmas.
Yeah.
That we're looking to release. Later on this year, and that's why I'm all decorated for Christmas still, because we're shooting it inside my apartment, and our last day of filming is this Sunday. So yeah, that's why I'm decorated for Christmas right now. That's why I'm still decorated for Christmas.
Love it, man. I love a good Christmas themed horror film.
Oh yeah. And this one is bananas. This one is really good. This is the first time I'm announcing it publicly. The only other person who knew about it is Shane and everyone else involved in Phobias. But yeah, I Love Christmas, along with all the other shorts inside Phobias. It's going to be really good. Really good. You guys are going to love it.
Well, I'm looking forward. You know, Chris, I'm a huge fan of yours. I actually did a top 10 of Black filmmakers out there that you need to keep an eye on. He makes some good stuff.
And I gotta say, thank you very much. I never expected that. I woke up that morning and the first thing I saw was that, and I was speechless. And it was like, wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Keep up the good work, my friend. All right, so everybody who's just joining in, we are doing super chats tonight, so go look down that little sidebar, and there's an area for a super chat where you can actually click on the super chat. You can ask us a question, and tonight, Shane and Chris are going to randomly pick one super chatter, and they are going to win a special prize. Shane, do you want to show them?
We are giving away a signed copy of Chris's new film, Tape Me, on Blu-ray. So... yeah.
And that's autographed by Chris and the lead actress in the movie.
Yes. It's autographed by me, and it's autographed by rising screen queen Kristen Domenica, who she stars in Meat, and she also stars in another project that's going to be in Phobias called Coulrophobia. Ooh. And both of those shorts, along with Nightmare, she also stars in Slumber Party. Both of those shorts, along with Nightmare, is included in that special 2-disc collector set that's going to be autographed. This is an exclusive collector's edition of Tape Me. It's limited to only 30 copies. only available this weekend when Shane is going to be at Evansville HorrorCon, selling copies of Take Me as well as other Blood Pack films. You can't buy this online. Limited edition copy, only available. We're going to give away one free right now, and the only other way you're going to get it is by going to Evansville HorrorCon this weekend.
Love it. Now, Chris, let's jump into it. You sent me a screener of Take Me. Actually, I love this film, but tell my guests a little bit about it.
Okay, Take Me is a horror film. I would call it a mixture between slasher and found footage, where it's essentially a horror film about a killer known as Faceless, who records himself kidnapping, torturing, and murdering his victims, all based on various aspects of their lives that he deems interesting, intriguing, controversial, whatever you may be. Faceless is actually an idea that this is my very first feature film. Faceless is actually an idea that I came up with during a dream that I had. About 10 years ago, I had a dream where this mass killer was stalking myself and 5 of my friends. And we were introduced to killer we just finished shooting a short film. We were filmmakers in this dream. We just finished shooting a short film. And when we came home to watch our footage, we watched one of his murder reels. And then systematically, throughout my dream, the dream was an entire feature film. And systematically throughout my dream, he took us all out one by one until the very last scene of the film when he finally killed me. I think I was tied up to a chair and he hit me with across the head. And literally the last shot of the dream was me getting hit in the head and blacking out. No. And Faceless, the way Faceless looks inside the movie is exactly the way he looked inside my dream, with the exception of the added detail in the movie where I added a tear at the bottom of one of his right eye. I think it's his right eye inside the movie. So
and this is a terrifying original killer, and he definitely finds interesting ways to kill his victims. Yeah. Now, Chris, you're a nice guy in person. Was it tough to come up with how are some fucking ways that I can go ahead and kill some people in these movies?
It's no, it's yes and no. There's some murder scenes. There are some murder scenes that come easier than others, and I guess it depends on the movie, and it depends on the on the story. When it comes, for example, inside Take Me, there's a torture called the suntan torture. And the suntan torture is when a young woman who tanning all the time, and we all know the dangers of tanning, she's tanning all the time, and Faceless is just why do you like burning your body? Is this a vanity thing? Let me burn your body and see how it goes. So coming up with that one, I was like, okay, let's shed some light literally on this woman. So he turns on high-powered construction lights right up against her and literally burns her flesh. And that was it. When it came to that murder in particular, it wasn't difficult coming up with the concept. It was just difficult in coming up with how to shoot it and stage it. And
you do a great job with practical effects. Now, did you use a team for this?
Actually, when it came to Tape Me, this was my first time actually shooting with a crew. But the crew on this was literally myself, a cameraman, and sometimes I was the cameraman. My brother, who was playing Faceless, and then my makeup artist, and that was it. So it was literally just maybe 4 or 5 of us in a room, and all just creatively coming up with. Because the one thing with Faceless that I really wanted to do was make sure that his kills were grounded in reality. Like, how would this actually work in the grand scope of things? I didn't want anything to be really over the top. You know, to be honest with you, the reason why I brought up the suntan torture was because one of my concerns was, would this actually work? You know, and not only would this actually work, but how long would it take to work? You know, how long would it take for these lights to actually burn someone when you have it high powered like that? So yeah, it was a small crew, maybe 4 or 5 people on set, including actors. And we were just working practically, working realistically and creatively to find ways to get everything done realistically.
Love it. Now I'm gonna shoot over to the comments real quick. Okay, first I have
Hi, Elias Moon.
Eliza said Moon said hi. Eliza, pleasure.
Hey,
And then I have one from hi, my name is
okay.
something.
Yeah.
Don Torias.
Something.
I can't pronounce it.
Thanks for coming. Yes. That's a
Thank you
mouthful.
for coming. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you. Pleasure. Now,
Yeah,
Shane,
thank you.
you have an eye for disturbing and fucked up film. What what
How hard is it for you to come up?
what made you decide, you know what, Tape Me is a movie that I have to have. This movie is right up my alley.
It really is. When I watched it, when Chris pitched it to me and everything, I was like, okay, it's gonna. I think I had expectations, and then I watched it, and I watched some of the fucked up deaths, kills in the movie, and I was like, okay, I gotta have this movie, and I have to help this movie get seen by people, and I don't know, I fucking loved it. It was original. Like Chris said, it's a mixture between like slasher and found footage. So I love found footage films. So that kind of drew me in as well with this. And I think Tape Me is a great film that once we release it to the public digitally as well, I think it was just awesome. I think it's going to be good for Chris and Blood Pack Films and everything.
I approached Shane with this film because we kept talking about Slumber Party for so long.
Yeah.
And when I got an idea one day, and I was just like, you know, let me just ask Shane about Tape Me. You know, because the thing with Tape Me is, and that, Travis, I don't know if you realize this, you've watched the film, but Tape Me was filmed, Tape Me was filmed back in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was, and the way the film looks, and Shane can attest, it holds up today.
Yes.
It does.
You know,
100%.
it holds up even to today. And one of the things with Tape Me is because it was filmed back in 2012, 2013, I can't release it to film festivals because a lot of film festivals won't take films that are even more than 5 years old, much less 10. Yeah. So I was like, you know, let me ask Shane. Let me just ask him if he would be interested in taking on Tape Me. So I went up to him. Shane, by the way, I know that Travis brought this up before, but I just want to say, any independent filmmaker who's looking for distribution, you want to reach out to Shane and you want to reach out to Blood Pack Films. There's a lot of distributors out there, especially for independent films, who take advantage of you, and Shane does not do that. I am here live attesting to that right now. If you're an independent filmmaker, horror or not, it doesn't have to be just horror films. If you're an independent filmmaker, reach out to Shane. He is doing something incredible with Blood Pack Films. And when I approached him with Take Me, I was like,
it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I would pat you on the back if you're right next to me. But when I approached Shane with Take Me, when I asked him about it, I was so happy because, you know, again, it's the statute of limitations. There's no other platform because of Take Me's age that would take this film.
Yeah.
You know, and Shane is the guy who is going to give your film a chance. And Take Me still holds up.
Yeah.
Take Me still holds up to this day. With all the effects, with a crew of only maybe up to 5 people every day on set, and with, you know, the technology that I had back in 2012, this film holds up. And I am truly honored that Shane gave it a chance, and Shane said he needed Take Me.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it was,
guys.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you guys very much for those kind words.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Mean that.
Shane is definitely amazing. You know, I've known you since I've probably started this, and there's a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of distribution companies that will take advantage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the indie film industry is filled with a lot of scammers and a lot of vultures, and Blood Pack Film is one of them. You know, I would definitely recommend anybody who talked to me, which I don't do a lot of recommendations. I would definitely say Blood Pack Film.
Well, thank you.
All right, you guys ready? We're going to do something special. We're going to hit everyone, so that everyone see a clip from Take Me.
Ooh, I know what this clip is.
I know what it is too.
Actually, Christopher, would you like us to walk us in and tell us a little bit about this clip before I play it?
Okay. So, so the clip you're about to see, it's actually called The Beautiful Torture. And The Beautiful Torture is basically Faceless approaching a young, vain woman who is so focused on her beauty that she doesn't see anything past how beautiful she is. So Faceless basically asks the question, you know how beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So let's go into your mind and figure out how you see beauty. And that's my introduction.
All right, let's go ahead and check it out, everyone.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Okay.
I think
Not sure what happened there. I think canceled out early. Oh.
Yeah, I think it definitely cut off.
All right. Well, that was pretty gruesome.
I like the tease. It cut off perfect because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it cut off at a good point because you don't get to see what happens to her, but it's wild what happens to her. It's a very drilling experience. it's a very Let's just say I have a lot of friends out there who come up to when during the time when I was filming this, there was a lot of people who said that they would never allow me to take an actual power drill and put it to their faces, especially with it turned on. and by the way, that's another thing about Tape Me. The instruments that are used in Tape Me, they're all real. Like the power drill is a real power drill. The chainsaw is a real chainsaw. The knives, every knife in Tape Me is a real knife. It's all real stuff. It's not. It's the knives were sanded down and blah 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 because we're not going to really kill anybody and yada yada, and yada yada yada.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, there was no actual killing in the making of this film. Maybe I stepped on a roach or something, but there was no actual killing. But everything is real in there. There's no props. There's no foam props. It's all except for one is a foam prop. But all the tools are real in there. And we really did find a way to use practical items in a way that was creative and safe in the environment to shoot. With everything else that's going on and what happens to each person as you go down the list from Nikita all the way to the end, the big finale. Everything was used in a very practical way that was safe and horrifying at the same time.
Well, speaking of safe, so this is a controversial question. I'm going to ask both of you. You know, I like the controversial questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like right now, when it comes to horror, indie, and mainstream, it is filmmakers are playing it safe. Why do you feel like so many filmmakers are playing it safe right now when horror is a genre that you shouldn't play safe?
Correct. I think people are just afraid to offend people. I think that's the biggest thing. And I think that's why they're playing it safe, and it sucks. It really does suck. Because
I think mainstream media is playing it safer than independent film is. Yeah. Because mainstream media, listen, we all love Freddy. We all love Jason. We all love Michael Myers. But when Robert Englund doesn't even want to play Freddy Krueger anymore, it's time to stop making Freddy Krueger movies.
I agree.
It's time to stop making Michael Myers movies. Hell, I'm a huge Saw fan, and I think it's time to stop making Saw movies. I think Hollywood is playing it so safe because they're afraid, and it could be the same thing. Like it could very well be the same thing. They're afraid to offend people, but they're also afraid to take on something new. Yeah. They're afraid to take something original, take someone original like Faceless, and put him out there in the mainstream and hope that people like it. Yeah, they're not. But when it comes to the independent filmmaker, those who are taking chances, I feel like again they're probably afraid to offend people, but they might not, maybe they're not, how should I word this? Maybe they're not finding confidence in their own abilities to really take advantage of what they can do in independent cinema. Like there might be people who are holding themselves back who don't think that they are capable of going the extra mile. If that makes sense. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. Now, do you think a lot of indie filmmakers are trying to imitate what you're seeing in bigger box office movies, and that is the safe route?
Yes, maybe I can't speak for everyone.
No, I mean, yes.
I really can't speak for everyone, but like I've seen a lot of independent films out there that I'm like, this is really good, but you really needed to just push it that extra. Like if you went that extra mile,
Yeah.
with like, and even if you went that extra mile in terms of maybe put like a little bit more money into your makeup effects, you know, maybe if you went out and got better actors, like your story is amazing, but your actors are not delivered. You know, if you went out and maybe tried to get better actors, if you went out and maybe tried to use some resources that you might not even think of is around you. Like I know and granted, this is 13 years ago. I know when I wanted to do Tape Me, I realized I couldn't do what I did in that film alone. So I went out and I sought people. I sought a makeup artist. I sought a cameraman in order to join me on this project. 10 years ago, 13 years ago is different from today. But I found people.
Yeah.
I found people to work with. I found like-minded people. And I think one of the differences between then and now is that there are a lot of people out there who are too afraid to go out. I don't want to say afraid might be the wrong word, but I think they might not want to go out and find what's there. If that makes sense. I hope I'm using the right terminology, but I hope I'm using it because I think that there are people who might not think that they can go out and find it, but they can.
Yeah.
You know, and if they went that extra mile, their film would be better. Not that it's bad, but their film will be better. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. I mean, I think from an old school perspective, I think this generation is just I think this generation is going as extreme as I think they feel they can, but there's you can go further. I mean, go balls to the wall. I mean, that's what I tell everybody. Just go balls to the wall, and then you can always scale it back if you need to, but always make the bloodiest fucking film, and if you have to scale it back. I mean,
and controversy is good.
Correct.
Controversy is great in films.
Yeah,
controversy 100%. Is amazing in films. The more controversy, the more like I was talking to Kristen the other day when it came to Slumber Party, and there's a scene in Slumber Party where, by the way, Slumber Party is audio mastered and it will be released very soon. Shane, you're going to get it very soon.
Sweet.
There's a scene in Slumber Party where there were 2 reviewers that said, I'm not going to tell you the scene, but there's 2 reviewers that basically said, Chris, you're going way too far with this. You really need to cut that shot out. And I did. I actually cut the shot out. But then months, maybe even a year later, I'm looking at the film and I think to myself, wait, what happened to that shot? Where did it go? And I thought I had accidentally maybe cut the shot out. But then I put it back in and I had somebody else watch it. I had somebody else watch it and they were like, oh my God, like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Like, no,
Nice.
like, oh my God, and I'm like, and then it made me remember why I took it out, that it wasn't an accident. But I put that scene back in because controversy is good.
Yeah.
Having people watch listen, I like to say, if somebody walks out in the middle of my movie, that's awesome. If you're so horrified or so disturbed by what you're watching that you walk out in the middle of it, excellent.
Yeah.
That's a home run. That's a home run.
I like that person just as much as I like the person who sat down through the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't be afraid. You can't hold yourself back. You can't. I like to say this: as long as it's not illegal, immoral, or otherwise against the Geneva Convention, put it in your movie.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't like it, they can either walk out or watch something else.
Tough shit. That's how I look at it.
And the freedom right now as a horror filmmaker, you know, that horror filmmakers didn't have in the 90s and 80s. Because you look at some of the horror movies that we thought were stinkers, and I've watched documentaries where the filmmakers are like, well, this is how it was supposed to look, but the government cut it down. You know, I mean, for the longest time when it came to horror, the government censored horror so much that, like, whatever the finished product was, it wasn't like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, which is Leatherface. Apparently, that was going to be an amazing gory movie, and there's hardly no gore in that movie because it was censored all the way to fuck down.
Yeah.
But now, as a filmmaker, you look at a Terrifier movie where children are getting killed and so forth, and that is allowed to get into the theaters. You can do fucking anything now.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think theaters are looking at those unrated films because they do bring in money. They bring in a lot of money.
Yeah. Look at the success of Terrifier.
Correct.
Look at the success of Human Centipede a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I mean, I know that's a remake, but it was very, in my opinion, still very independent. I mean, it was.
I agree.
So, and I think going back to what Chris was saying with like holy shit moments, I don't think films today, mainstream wise, have those holy shit moments. Like, no. I just walked out of a movie today. I enjoyed it, but there was no holy shit moment. And I mean, it got shit on by like Rotten Tomatoes and all the critics, but I enjoyed Psycho Killer. I enjoyed that movie, but there's just no holy shit moments in that movie. And that's a movie that should have holy shit moments.
Except for the substance.
Huh?
The substance had holy shit moments.
I mean, it could have been. There's so much that could have been better about that movie, but I still, like I said, I mean, it's getting shit on for no reason, but yeah, it just films have to have that holy shit moment, and that's what I love about independent filmmakers is they have nothing to lose. So make the film that you want to make, and
I think
there's an audience for it. No matter what, there's an audience for it, and you might piss off some people, but you're gonna have a fan base. I mean, I look at Gorilla as a perfect example. I mean, he makes art, and he has people who love him, and he has fucking people who hate him. So, and the movies he makes. So, just do it, and that's what I love about Blood Pact is it's there for the filmmakers. I mean, I want to help these filmmakers get their projects out, and
I think that's the beauty of the horror genre in general.
Yes,
like there's so much you can do in a horror film that you can't do in a drama, that you can't do in a comedy, that you can't do in even an action film. Like there's just so much you can explore, and some dramas you can't sell an independent drama if it doesn't have a celebrity in it.
I mean, it is a lot harder. I mean,
Right.
it is. I mean,
You can't sell a comedy that doesn't have a celebrity inside of it or some no-name person, even if it's funny.
yeah,
Even if it's funny, and it's not easy to be funny in a comedy. It really isn't. So, but horror, you can go gory, you can go psychological, you can go suspenseful, and as long as you have a good story, it will work. And there is a market for it. And even your most casual horror fan can be into it. Even people who don't know they're horror fans can become a horror fan by watching your film. So there's just a lot more you can do. Yeah.
And we have a comment in from BK Productions. Why does Shane look like the Baron from Dune?
Why do you look like that, Shane?
I don't know. Oh, good old Brad.
All right. Listen, we still have time for a couple more minutes. If anybody would like to put a comment in, we're gonna randomly pick a winner, and they're gonna win a copy of their own copy of
that special edition
autograph.
Yes, autographed by myself and Kristen.
Yes.
What?
All right, real quick. All right, so Christopher, where can everyone find you? And
So
your
you can.
movies?
So you can go to me on Instagram at ceofilmproductions.com. Not .com. You can go to me at Instagram on Instagram at CEO Film Productions. You can also go look at me on Facebook, Christopher Outridge. Tape Me is on Facebook. Slumber Party's on Facebook. Teddy Cuddles is on Facebook. That's where you can find out about everything that I'm doing. You can also check me out on YouTube as well, Christopher Eric Outridge. You can look for me there as well.
And Shane?
You can find me on Facebook under basically all the social medias under Bloodpack Films. You can also check out bloodpackfilms.com. You can reach out to us that way. You can also reach out to my own personal Facebook page, Shane Michaels, or the Bloodpack Facebook page. I'm mostly on that than I am on X or Instagram, but I do check everything. So we even have a TikTok now, which it's really weird.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It is.
All right, guys. This is a toss-up. What's scarier, monsters or true life horror? True life horror.
True life.
Yeah, true life horror. I mean,
the more realistic, the better.
Correct.
Yes.
The more realistic, the better, because it's more relatable.
Yep.
I like some shit that I'm like, oh my god, that could have happened to me.
Yes.
Right.
All right. So here are our options. We have BK Productions, JFS, the guy with a long name, or we have Elijah Moon.
I want to go with Elias. I want to pick Elias Moon because he was the first one on here. I think Elias definitely deserves it. He's the first one on here. He's the first one to tune in, so he gets the grand prize.
Awesome. Eliza, I'm gonna have you message me through Instagram under Horror Realm MD, and I will get your contact information, and I'm gonna send over to the guys and then get you your copy. Listen, everyone.
Congratulations, Elias.
Yes.
Congratulations.
That's a great gift.
One of only 30 copies. After this, it's gone.
Yes.
Yes.
And be sure to check us out on at Evansville HorrorCon if you're in the area. We got some pretty amazing guests. So
yes, definitely check it out. And there's 30 copies, so definitely it's amazing indie guests there too. So definitely go out there and definitely check it out.
Nice.
Listen, everybody. I don't do this often, but maybe I should do this once a month again. and that's the Horror Realm Live. I'd like to thank all my subscribers and all my new viewers and new subscribers for coming in and watching and supporting us. I definitely appreciate it. And look out for Tape Me.
You go to YouTube, you can go to YouTube, look up my name, Christopher Outridge Tape Me. You'll find the trailer. It's Faceless is my baby. Faceless is my very first original horror film character. And hey, listen, if this film, I already told Shane, if this film does well, I will make a sequel. The sequel that I've been wanting to make for so long. I am going to make it. And it could feature the torture that didn't make it into this. There's one torture that did not make it into this film. And I've always wanted to do it. It's the Cage of Knives torture. And it's basically a person trapped inside of a dog crate that's surrounded by knives.
Shit.
I wanted it in this movie. She's got to reach her hand above the dog crate to get the key and come and unlock the crate and leave. But the only thing is that any time where she turns her body, she's going to get cut by a knife. It's the only torture that didn't make it into this film.
You guys need to buy this movie called Tape Me.
Yes.
Yeah. So you buy this movie.
I want to see the sequel.
You buy this movie. This movie does well. And the Cage of Knives torture is going to be in Tape Me Real 2.
Nice.
Get your copy of Tape Me, because I definitely want to see this kill. I want to see it, and I don't want to see it either. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, everyone. Well, definitely hit that subscribe button. And listen, thank you for coming to another edition of the Horror Realm Live. I'm Travis Bruce. That's Christopher Outridge.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.